The radio crackled, tense and urgent. Multiple hostiles sighted at 1,200 meters. Snipers confirmed. Lieutenant Sarah Collins froze, her hands gripping the map but her mind racing. She had trained in intelligence, in strategy, not in gunfights. And yet, here she was, eyes scanning a ridge where shadows shifted like predators. Enemy snipers had appeared, and the unit had no one in position to counter them. She thought she'd never see anyone survive this ambush. She was wrong. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're re-watching from. I love knowing who is listening. Sarah had spent years behind the lines, parsing data, intercepting messages, predicting enemy movement. Her job was analysis, not confrontation. But in the dusty heat of the canyon, strategy alone wouldn't save lives. She felt the grit of sand in her gloves, the sting of sweat in her eyes, and the weight of responsibility pressing on her chest. Somewhere above, a scout sniper instructor named Master Sergeant Tyler Hayes moved silently, his presence unnoticed at first but poised to turn the tide. The wind whispered across the rocks, carrying with it the faint rustle of foliage, the subtle signals of enemy movement. Sarah's heart thudded as she scanned through binoculars, identifying the glint of rifle barrels and sun reflecting off scopes. The enemy snipers were skilled, deliberate. Her mind raced, matching reports with terrain and probability. Each calculation a thread holding together the fragile lives below. Tyler moved into position without a sound, rifle at the ready. His eyes scanned the valley, experienced and unerring. Every muscle in his body tuned to instinct and training, his focus razor-sharp. He crouched beside Sarah for a moment, his voice calm but urgent. Stay low, observe, and trust your calculations. I'll take the first shot. Sarah's fingers trembled slightly, not from fear but anticipation. The enemy fired a warning shot, sand spraying up near her position. Her breath caught. Every second now carried life or death weight. The instructor's presence was reassuring, but it didn't erase the tension curling through her veins. She thought she'd never have to face this directly. She was wrong. The first shot cracked through the air, precise and lethal. One enemy sniper went down, his scope tumbling from the ridge. Sarah exhaled slowly, heart racing. It's possible, she whispered, almost to herself. She had spent her life in shadows, interpreting data and predicting moves, and now she realized that knowledge could guide action. Tyler's movements were deliberate, almost dance-like, as he shifted, recalibrated, and fired again. Each shot silenced a threat, each movement calculated to protect the unit below. Sarah followed every calculation, every subtle hand movement, every adjustment in trajectory, and learned in seconds what months of classroom instruction could never teach. The line between intelligence and action blurred, and she felt a surge of unexpected courage. The enemy adjusted, trying to flank, trying to force a mistake. Sand rose in faint clouds, sunlight glinting off rifles, dust curling around boots. The murmurs of the soldiers below, the barely audible commands, and the tense quiet in the canyon all merged into a symphony of anticipation. Sarah realized she was part of it now. Every calculation she relayed potentially saving lives, every thought a bridge between danger and survival. Another shot from Tyler neutralized a second sniper. A small cheer broke from the Marines below, their morale renewed by the unseen precision above. Sarah's mind raced, converting every observation into predictive guidance. She wasn't firing, yet, but she was calculating. She was part of the mission. She had always been. The third enemy sniper shifted position, a dangerous move. Tyler adjusted, measured the wind, the distance, the subtle elevation change. He fired. The enemy went down silently, almost impossibly, at a distance that made the feat legendary. Sarah's heart leapt, and for the first time, she understood why scouts were revered, not just for skill but for calm under pressure, for courage unflinching in the face of fear. Minutes felt like hours as the last sniper attempted to retreat, only to be met with another perfect shot. The ridge fell silent. The valley exhaled. Sarah lowered the binoculars, sweat stinging her eyes, dust clinging to her uniform, realizing she had survived something she never imagined facing directly. Her intelligence had guided action, and action had saved lives. Tyler finally approached her, a faint smile under his dusty helmet. "You see," he said softly, "strategy matters. But courage and precision? That's what saves lives." Sarah nodded, realizing the truth of his words. She had crossed the line from observer to participant, from analyst to protector. The Marines gathered, murmuring their gratitude and awe. Some clapped, Some shook their heads in disbelief. The canyon seemed quieter now, the threat neutralized. Every soldier knew that without the combined effort of intelligence and action, the outcome could have been devastating. Because courage isn't limited to those who wield weapons, it thrives in those who use knowledge to guide action when a moment demands it. Sarah glanced at the canyon one last time. Dust swirled in the golden light, sunlight catching every edge, every shadow, every subtle movement she had tracked. Her role had changed, her understanding deepened, and her confidence in the power of intelligence validated. She had been just an observer, but today, she was part of the line that held. If this story inspired you, share where you're watching from and what it made you feel. Subscribe to Whispered Words for more breathtaking mission stories where courage, skill, and determination combine to achieve the impossible. And join us again for the next story worth listening to.